Hey guys, I have a couple of short ads before the episode begins. Thank you all for listening. Our Patreon is live. The link will be in our link tree, which you can find on any of our social media at eWhich We have a $2 tier where you can submit character name suggestions or magic item suggestions for our Season 2, which is going to be D&D 5e, and get shoutouts at the end of the episode. The $5 tier will have a talk show starting in Season 2 in place of our post-mortems, ad-free episodes, and some random bonuses that will be uploaded intermittently. Already, we have a 2-episode series on our $5 tier where we do a playtest of a one-sheet RPG that we created. That series also has a special guest, Adam, also known as the Unhappy Triangle on Twitch and YouTube. Check out the Patreon, and be sure to check him out. He streams Pokemon Nuzlocke every Sunday, and Noah and I are usually a part of those. The $10 tier will have a new audio or video content every month. Usually gameplay videos with the cast, special one-shots, board game videos, or special insights into our planning process. I'm sure with time and your support, we'll find new things to put in these tiers as well.
What's up, world? My name is Hilberto, aka DJ Hilly D. If you want a podcast that delivers laughs and heated debates on the music industry and more, tap in to Speakerbox Studios and get to know the crew of Sean, Pat, Gio, and I on all your favorite major platforms, that being Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, releasing weekly on Mondays. And follow us on our Instagram at Speakerbox Studios. That's Speakerbox with 2 X's, by the way. If you get the reference, you know why there's not a third X. If you know, you know. But listen to Speakerbox Studios, your next favorite podcast. Peace, love, positivity.
Welcome to Every Which Way, a Monster of the Week podcast where 3 residents... Oh, hang on. Almost got me. Where 2 residents of Which Way, Wisconsin become monster hunters to save their town. I'm Aiden, and I'm the keeper.
I'm Sam. I play Ian.
I'm Noah, and I play Max.
I'm Jared, and I died. I played Harvester.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Rest in peace, Harvester. Rest in peace.
Harvester.
So... when we left off, you had just killed the third eye, and then Harvester died in the process, and you touched the third eye's light hole.
Yep. More of a beam than a hole, but you know.
An alluring light hole.
It was an alluring light hole.
Okay.
So you touched the beam of light that came from the third eye's corpse, and you received weapons that were formed basically from your imagination. Max got a big spiky fist, and Ian got a dagger blade knife thing.
Yep.
The donkey's jawbone.
Yep.
And Harvester died. Harvester exploded into a million pieces. He gets nothing. And then Max asked Sheriff Payne, "What now?" And that's where we're cutting the episode.
Wah!
Is that what now?
And Sheriff Payne says that. No.
Which makes sense. His arms are broken.
Yeah.
The shock wore off. He's like,
yeah. Sheriff Payne just goes, "Oh, well." And then before he gets to say anything else, the 2 officers approach. And you hear one of them say, "Guys, I'm sorry for your loss, but we're going to have to take you into custody for now. Can you put down the scary dagger and the giant metal fist?" While you're saying this, Sophie's car pulls up, by the way, and the officer's like, "Guys, please, we both saw some shit today. Please don't make this any harder than it has to be. We're not trying to, I'm not trying to be difficult. We're just trying to do our jobs, and a lot has happened, and you guys were at the center of it. We're just trying to question you. Honestly, after all this, I can't even say that I think you guys are the bad guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but please don't make it difficult."
doesn't have to be difficult.
Just put down the fist.
Why?
I need to ask you some questions, and I don't really want to do it while you can punch my lights out.
That's not going to happen.
And I think Payne is like, Max, come on. And then he just like holds his arms out, but they're like limp and flopping over. And he's like, you can handcuff me. And the officer's like, Payne, I don't think I need to handcuff you. I don't think you're going to be doing anything with those hands. Max, come on.
We can talk.
We need to talk down at the station.
Sure, we can talk there.
You can't walk into the station after a murder with a giant spiky metal fist.
You walk into the station after a murder with a gun.
I'm the officer here.
And?
That's my job.
Max is the officer of Big Spiky Metal Fist.
And Sophie starts running over, and she looks at everything going on, and she quickly sees Harvester's body. And I think for a second she's stunned, and then she sees the officers looking at you two, and she steps between you and goes, what the fuck is going on, guys?
Where do we even start? You weren't even awake. Right?
Some asshole was like brainwashing people, possessing people, and then some dream world bullshit. I'm getting out of here. I don't even... Sheriff knows anything. Ian and Sheriff know what the fuck's up. I'm out of here. I can't even think right now. Max just kind of starts to walk away towards the woods.
One of the officers raises his gun, and then Sophie immediately steps in the way of the gun and just goes, don't. And the officer's like, ma'am, I know you're hurt too. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who he is, and points to the body. I don't know who you are, but he is now evading arrest, and there is an active murder investigation. And Sophie just goes, if you know what's good for you, you will not try to shoot him. They can answer your questions, and you will let me walk away with that body. And I guess I'm already going to make... No, I'm not going to make Jared roll. So yeah, I guess, Max, you walk into the woods. You are able to basically just keep walking as this happens. Ian, are you doing anything right now?
I guess I'm just going to try my best to explain the events in a way that doesn't melt their brains.
So you're just telling them basically everything.
From everything that they saw. So like...
Okay.
When they say a murder investigation, are they talking about...
They're talking about the Deputy Dakota that got shot by Sheriff Payne.
Oh, did I even know about that? No. I wasn't even there.
The thing that has now been left for you to explain is a situation you didn't see.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, Sheriff knows. That's the part that Sheriff
Payne was brainwashed.
He was there.
He knows the parts you told him.
Yeah.
So I think Payne's just like, that thing that made those portals. You guys saw those portals. That creature, it brainwashed me. It made me do what I did, but you don't have to take my word for it. It's I'll go down to the station. I don't know what you're going to do, Ian.
If you have questions for me here, I can answer them, but I mean, I wasn't present at all.
At the moment, this is one of the officers. At the moment, Ian, I think we just need to take you down. You're with the people that are suspects now. You've been working with them, and we just got to take you down to the station for some questioning. We already had one get away, but we're not going to shoot this random woman either. So, I mean, if you can just come with us, just work with us here. We're trying to solve everything. We're trying to protect people. We're not trying to do no harm by you.
He doesn't want to disobey the law.
You've already disobeyed human rights. You brought someone back to
But not to their faces.
Well, I mean...
Perhaps I want to go check on Max in the woods.
So you're just going to ignore what they're saying and just turn around and walk away? Because they literally just went, I'm going to Can you come with us? And you're just going to turn around and
I
leave?
don't know anything. I guess I'll go with them, but I have a plan.
Okay. So, yeah, I think they handcuff you. They're not going to handcuff Payne, though. And then I think because Sophie kind of just showed up, they're going to, I think she's just going to be like, that body right there is my brother, and you're going to let me walk away with him, okay? And you're not going to start shit. And I think at this point, because they've seen so much shit as well, because they too saw all these portals and shit, they're just gonna be like, okay, ma'am, you just take him out of here. We're gonna walk away with Ian and Payne. I don't want to cause any trouble, but you stick around town. And they start bringing you to the station. And Sophie leaves with Harvester's body, and she starts dragging it out.
Can I? Oh yeah. I forgot Sheriff Payne's going to be under custody too. I was going to message him and ask if I got the chance to tell him about Bran, because I thought I did that at one point during the chase. But I don't know if I did.
I don't think you did. If you did, I don't remember it happening.
Okay. Anonymous tip hotline? No, that wouldn't work. I didn't go to the I was doing like a U-turn. I was walking to Bran's bar, but I just wanted to have them not know where I was going at the time. You know, got to make sure Bran's taken care of. I mean, I know he's dead, but probably not the best. You know what? I will go to the station, but I'm going to bring Bran's body. This seems like a horrible idea, but they need to know. They need to know something happened.
Okay, so you walk into the woods.
Wait.
You go to Bran's bar.
But he did it himself. There's no hiding, right?
Well, I was the only witness.
How would they know that?
You know what? Yeah, I'll go the anonymous tip route. While I'm in the woods, I send an anonymous text or whatever, not voice, because they just be like, okay, it's you. We know who the fuck you. No one else sounds like that. Hey,
you could be like, it's Sean. He does sound like you.
Yeah, so I sent an anonymous tip saying the entity in the lake has a victim in Bran's bar, I guess. Left a victim. I don't know how to word that.
That's an awesome sentence. It's crazy. So you say the entity in the lake specifically.
Yeah.
Cool. You do that.
Okay.
I mean, they're not going to give this anonymous tipper all the information of what the police do next.
Right. No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
going to watch from the distance. Like, if
you're watching Bran's bar.
Yeah. Is there a way I can be hidden enough from a distance to see at least the air outside of Bran's bar?
Yeah, you'd be able to see like the outside.
Cool.
You see a couple of deputies' cars pull up, and they rush inside you, and then you see like more coming as they realize that this wasn't just a fake tip.
Yep.
And they start roping off the entire bar and things like that. Just standard procedure, things like that. They don't move the body yet because they're still investigating it. So at the moment, that's what you see. Are you still just going to keep watching until eventually something happens on the outside?
Yeah, I was going to wait until they left to see the state they left it in, but I don't think they're going to leave.
They would probably not leave until nighttime, and even then they would potentially have a guard stationed there based on everything that's happened.
Yeah. I don't really have any way to like spy on the police station without getting arrested myself.
Man, if only there was a bug in that police station. Sigh.
Well, there is, but I don't think I knew about that.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like this is more a reflection on the dead person than anything you've done.
I guess I'm gonna go check on Sophie then, if I can stealth my way over there somehow.
Yeah, I guess roll act under pressure, you fugitive from the law.
Hell yeah. It's about time that we did this again.
If he fails, is he going to walk down the street really conspicuously?
He walks right.
The
metal gauntlet slips a little bit, it just clangs, and then the police
SpongeBob
officer.
Lost episode with him walking down the street?
Yeah.
I've read about this.
or like he's searching for Sophie going, wee woo.
10. Nope.
Well, 10 still a success.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you get to Sophie and what once was Harvester's house. You see her car outside, and I'm assuming you just like go up and knock.
Well, I knock on the window, the door, like the door frame, because the door's probably still knocked out.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she was under the door. Where's my car? It should still be at the house, I assume.
Yeah. Because he was sleeping.
Oh yeah, because you were sleeping, and then you went through the portal, and then your like body fused together with your sleeping body because we just made up some bullshit. So yeah, I guess your car's still there. Yeah, the door is down, so I guess you can just see inside, and you like just see her running back and forth frantically, looking through books in the living room, and then running back into Harvester's lab and looking for things constantly. And she doesn't even hear you knock.
Oh, hey, Sophie.
She turns around and goes, "Where did you go?"
I just did not want to be involved in that situation at that time.
Max, what happened today?
Okay, so I was just living life normally in the morning. I was talking to Bran, and then he left the room, and when he came back, he was speaking, but it wasn't his voice. In a weird third eye on his head. And he started talking about like, oh, you better leave town, you and your idiot friends or whatever. And then whatever it was made Brand kill himself. And then I knew that he was going to be targeting the rest of you guys. So I came here. Harvester was still asleep. And then he was possessing you. Or whatever this force was now attached to you. And then it just kept going on and on like that. Like I kept going, checking on people. There was more people possessed by him. And it just kept unfolding like that. And as far as I'm aware, Harvester and Ian were like in some other world. It was a confusing mess. I don't know what I was doing. All I wanted to do is protect as many people as I could. And I failed immediately.
How did you fail? How is this on you?
I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
How did he die?
He was protecting me from an explosion that he was trying to use to kill it. It finally showed up on its own, the entity, and then he threw a grenade. Something went wrong, so he tried to protect me.
She walks over to you for a second and gets really close, and she just like you see tears running down her face as she just goes, "Make it worth it." And then she turns around and starts looking back at books, and she goes, "I'm trying to figure out how I can bring him back. We know Ian can do it, but Ian's now arrested, so either we break Ian out, or your dad can do magic. Can he?"
I don't know, but I just...
Well, I need something, Max.
Would Harvester even want that?
I don't fucking know, but he's the only thing I have left. For the last 3 years, we've been running around together doing nothing but this. And we were so fucking close to making it out.
Sophie, if it means that much to you, I'll help you try. I'll talk to my dad about it. I don't know how he'll be about it, but I'll ask.
All right. Ask your dad. I'm figuring out how I'm getting Ian out of there.
All right. Well, good luck with that. I'll see you around.
Yeah. And let's cut to Ian. So you get brought into the police station, and I think the sheriff's office. I say police. Literally none of them are police. It's a sheriff's office, and so all of the officers are deputies. Whatever. I'm 23 episodes in. I'm still going to keep making this, or 22 episodes in. I'm still going to keep making this mistake. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, so Ian, you get brought into the sheriff's office, and you see the moment you and Sheriff Payne get brought in, every single deputy just stops what they're doing and looks. And some of them look with anger and rage. Some of them just look with confusion. But every single person is staring at you as you walk in. You see on the news a reporter standing in front of the lake talking about, standing in front of specifically where the cars flipped over and everything. and is talking about what happened. And then you see clips from people's phones in the dorm of crazy displays of portals opening and explosions and everything going on. And the reporter says that at one point they thought that it was just a show, that this was clever light tricks and a fun show that people were putting on for the holidays. And then, like, after the explosions and everything, they thought maybe it's a movie trick until the deputies escorted people out and everyone realized that this was most likely real and nobody can explain what was going on. Sheriff Payne looks to you for a second and goes, well, I was going to say we should probably keep this under wraps, but I don't know.
It's out of wraps already.
I don't know what we're going to do about this.
At first I was like, a few files can go missing.
I think this one got out of hand, Ian, and we're going to need to start talking to people. The two officers that brought you in here are like starting to pull you apart to different holding cells, and Payne just goes while he's walking away, I think this time we got to tell the truth. And then he's brought to a holding cell, and you are brought to your own. You are now alone in a room with a metal table where your handcuffs are now attached to. And then a detective walks in and just goes, you are Ian. What the fuck is your last name?
Let me think of one.
Beauregard.
Did we never give you a last name?
No.
Whoops.
I gotta check my health.
The reveal of Ian's last name, Caspian.
Oh my God. Ian Caspian? Now there's two
Whoa.
Ians in your name.
What a Liam Caspian.
Oh my God.
It flows.
This is a whole family right now. So yeah, a detective walks in and just goes, Ian Caspian, you are in a lot of trouble.
What trouble am I in?
Well, you are now an accessory to a murder, potentially a second murder, and a lot of property damage. Now, you are not the culprit of all of these things. That we can all say for sure. You weren't with them. But you are accompanied with them, and as such, you are an accomplice. So why don't you just say everything that happened, tell me the full truth, and we can let you off easy.
Looking up my rights.
Let me get a quick rights Google real quick.
Am I allowed to get my representation here? Or will you provide me one?
They rub their temples and just go, oh, lawyers, always. Fine. Do you have a lawyer?
I do. Can I use my phone?
Yes, you can make your phone call.
All right. I'm calling Max's dad.
What a crazy convergence.
Wow. Okay.
This is crazy.
Hello?
I need you to represent me in the police station. I'm arrested.
Oh, what? Okay. Yeah. Don't I need documents to be able to be a lawyer that
I can fudge that.
While in prison?
Yeah.
On the phone on your phone call. Definitely not being listened to it.
No.
Oh my God. And then Sheriff Payne's obviously going to be like,
No, Sheriff Payne's in a different holding cell.
oh, okay.
They're not going to be together.
That makes sense.
So he's like, I guess I'll trust that for some reason.
You will, because I got an idea. So get down here and get me out of here.
Yeah, for sure. I'll just go do that. So he hangs up. And this is while Max would still be watching Brand's Bar, because this is like the immediate aftermath. So yeah, you wait a little bit, and then Bill walks into the room, I guess.
What's your last name?
Sander.
Mr. Sanders, my man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. What happened? How'd you end up here?
Well, apparently I'm a accomplice to a murder.
2.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They don't know about the first one. They just know about these 2.
Right.
Even though there were some light shows and movie sets on the ice. So.
Okay. He looks to the detective and just goes, "Can you give me a moment with my client?" And they just go, "Ugh, fine, Jesus," and walk out. And Bill's like, okay, light show. How do you? I don't even need to know what happened yet. We'll talk about that with Max after. What do you want me to do?
I'm just thinking we need to find a way for me to get out of here and then not be on some type of wanted list. And then also make sure Sheriff Payne doesn't get arrested for the murder of the other sheriff. So.
Sheriff Payne, why would he get arrested for that?
Because he was possessed.
What? I know he was possessed. Did he kill someone while possessed?
Apparently.
How
wasn't
am I
even
going to
there.
convince them that he didn't kill them?
I mean, there was a crazy light show. I'm sure anything's believable.
The other person's still dead, though.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know.
I'm going to start with you. We'll worry about Sheriff Payne in the coming days.
Because, like, I could easily just walk through that wall and get out of here, but, like, then I'm on some type of list.
You can do what now?
I mean, I could, like, get up and just go through the wall and leave. But, like, then they're going to find me, and then I'm going to have to be hiding for a while. And I don't want to do that.
With that, Bill's eyes get wide.
Oh, did he not know?
As far as I know, he's never heard about your powers. So he goes, "You can walk through walls."
Yeah, so that's kind of how the third eye got defeated, half in one plane, half in the other. I was in one plane.
Right,
And-
the dream world. Luna caught me up.
Yeah, and I've had, like, some powers before, but, like, in that world, I had more.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're not walking out of that wall. You're not walking through that wall.
Yeah.
You are not using your powers. I'm going to get you out of here. And you and I... Noah just texted me, how did Luna get away from the police? Forgetting he lubed her up and slipped her out.
Yeah, but didn't she like get up and like with pain? Wasn't she with pain at the?
And then she slid back. I don't know. She's lubed up.
All right.
She can slide anywhere she wants.
Sorry, just wanted to double check.
She saw the police coming and just slid back away.
She was like, "Oh,
She's resourceful like that.
okay." Just wanted to double check.
Now, how the fuck do I get you out of here?
Okay, well, I could be either severely mentally ill, I was either manipulated, or what else?
Okay, we could... Well, that would throw Max under the bus, I think.
He's
Okay.
already under the bus. He's been under the bus for, like, years.
Well, yeah, but like extra under the bus. I was going to talk about Liam and say your brother could be used as a leveraging
A
point.
hostage.
Yeah, which is why you did the things you did.
All right.
But that for sure throws them under the bus. That makes it no. What couldn't you tell them what happened?
I mean, yeah, but would they believe me?
Well, it's all over the news. There were officers there that saw it.
Was there another officer at the scene
There were two.
that didn't die?
Neither of them died. They were the ones who arrested you.
No, like when Sheriff Payne killed the other
It was in
officer.
front of the deputy, in front of the station. Everybody saw it.
Okay.
And it was after everyone made a big commotion. So the whole station saw it.
All right. I mean, we can try, and if they don't believe me, we'll go from there.
Sure. So Bill Gilgerson grabs the detective and says, "My client wants to confess everything." You know, that good stuff. And the detective walks in and goes, and they say, "Okay, so go ahead. What happened?"
What do you specifically want to know? Like, do you want me to start from the very, very beginning?
Why did our own sheriff shoot someone in the face?
He was possessed by the monster that caused all those portals by the lake.
By the spooky ghost monster with the teleporting power.
Did anyone notice that he was acting strange, Sheriff Payne?
Why don't you, to just kick this off, to just start it, give me a roll of a manipulate someone with your weird
My weird little
weird
powers.
little manipulation.
I was
You
gonna
use
say,
a
no one,
D6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6.
Sorry,
no one saw him put his guns in his mouth.
Wait.
You already did. It's already 2.
Oh. Okay. With my weird, that was an 11.
All right, yeah. So you say it all weird like. And the detective starts writing stuff down and goes, okay. I mean, I guess he was acting a little weird.
And doesn't he seem very sorry and guilty right now?
I mean,
Someone who murdered someone in cold blood would not just...
you never know, but he definitely has been sorry. And I mean, I guess nobody's been able to explain the light show. You're saying that that's some freaky monster.
Yes.
And that the freaky monster was able to possess people.
Yes.
Why did this monster want to kill her?
I wasn't at the scene, so I can't say I know exactly what happened, but I do know that this monster was targeting people that Max was close to.
Selling out the accomplice. I like that. Cool. Why is this so central around Max?
Do I just start talking prophecy?
He's like, years ago.
Well, honestly, I can't say I exactly know the specific intentions of this monster because I tried my best to interrogate and see what they wanted, and they did not give me an answer except that they really didn't want much to do with Max. They did want something to do with me and the man that died on the lake. I tried to figure it out. I don't exactly know what was the purpose.
Okay. And this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot that you're saying. I'm going to go talk to my partner, I guess. You stick right here real quick. And so I think the detective just walks away and you end up waiting a decent amount of time.
Me and Bill are just shooting the shit.
You and Bill are just, I think Bill is just kind of staring at you wide-eyed.
And I'm like, do you want to see some magic tricks?
And like a little bit, you recognize that he almost looks scared of you.
Uh-oh.
But he doesn't say a single word the entire time. And then the detective comes back and goes, okay, now somehow you and Sheriff Payne had the exact same story.
Yeah, and we weren't together at all before brought us in.
Right.
Not long enough to come up with anything, so.
And for some reason, and I literally have no way of knowing why, these two stories, I'm inclined to believe. After the things that we've seen, and we talked to the two officers at the scene, and from what they've seen, it actually sounds like you are telling the truth. Which means monsters are fucking real.
Yeah, quite a few. There were like snakes, like big ones.
And you've been fighting them.
Trying to. I mean, it sucks that it got out because...
Well, at this point, it is a threat to public safety. And unfortunately, you are one of a few people that know how to deal with this threat. So I'm going to let you go. But I'm going to ask for the sake of the sheriff's department that you help us out with this. You work with us, not against us on this thing.
I agree. And Sheriff Payne...
Well, it's going to be harder to convince everyone to forgive a sheriff who shot his own deputy.
He's a very good man, and I hope he can be forgiven because he's very important to Max.
I'm sure in time people will, and we're going to let him out soon, but we're going to have to do some more questioning with him. He's not just an accomplice, he is the culprit. So it's going to take some time. And yeah, you go talk to Max, go find Max and tell him we want to talk and we don't actually mean any harm. We really, really, really need the help because at this point the secret's out.
Yeah.
And they, an officer walks in afterwards and unhandcuffs you and you are free to walk out. And then Bill goes, "Now you're immediately coming with me. You understand that?"
Yeah, and I think you definitely deserve an explanation.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and I think we'll both be able to explain a couple things to each other. Now, come on, and we're gonna find Max too.
It's really funny because it's like I went to go find my dad, and then
And I stole him.
Yeah, I just show up at his RV. It was like Luna's just like, oh hey, how's it going?
So yeah, Max. At this point, you're at the RV, and then Bill and Ian just walk in, and Bill just goes, "Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you're already here. Yeah, Ian, sit down. Sit down right now."
Sitting.
Neither of you wanted to tell me that Ian could walk through walls.
Didn't really seem relevant.
I mean, if I walked through a wall, I would have told you. Like,
Well, right, but how is that not relevant?
I mean, you
can
do magic. Why is my magic not fun?
That's not just magic. That's not something I can do. What else can you do?
What else can I do? Well, what have I done?
I mean, you've make things like freeze in place.
Yeah. I mean, I can hurt things like monsters. When I was in the dream world, I was able to fly.
You could fly.
I had more ability in the dream world.
Bill starts writing stuff down on a whiteboard and goes to a corkboard and starts drawing more strings and goes, "Okay, there's more to the prophecy than what I'd said so far.
Okay.
I hadn't figured out exactly what it meant or who it was talking about. But the first line, the line before the fool, is the monster shackled by mortality must break the chains.
Oh.
And then the fool required to die, so the king reigns. And then there's one last line. In the cave of his defeat must be brought the king's remains. And that's what they need to bring back the king. Ian, I think you're that monster. I've been trying to figure out what it means. Walking through walls, being able to fly, that's not something that even with magic we can do. And when we do any sort of magic, it hurts us. And he holds up his arms and shows all of the scars that he has. Well, he holds up his arm, and then the other one's very bruised and broken from when he tried to heal Max, and it just hurt his arm as well. And yet you're able to fly and do all these things without even breaking a sweat.
I've never been harmed. Yeah, no.
I think that you are that monster, and if you keep using this power, it might bring about the king's return.
What do you think it means by break the chain?
I don't know.
Does that mean like die, become immortal? Like,
I mean, yeah, shackled by mortality, I guess maybe if you die, or maybe if you keep using this power, you become more of a monster. Yeah, maybe you can become immortal, but you're giving up your humanity to do so. Oh, side note, something I forgot to mention at the lake. Ever since you returned to the real world, you've been feeling an innate anger that's just been kind of simmering. And I forgot to mention that. That's a very important piece.
Good to know.
Very important thing that I forgot to mention because I forgot to write that down.
Because I was like, this has had no consequence.
Yeah, nope.
So it mentions the king's remains.
Yeah, that's the last piece. And I don't know what remains of the king, and hopefully they don't have that yet.
You think it's talking about the cave by the lake?
That part we know for sure. That's the one thing that we've known is that the last time the king was defeated was in which way?
In that cave?
In that cave.
Do you think his remains are still there?
Maybe.
Can we destroy the remains, or is...
If we can find them.
We did fight a heart in there.
Is
Or
that going to
do
be
they-
enough?
Want the remains to be brought to
They need the remains to be brought to the cave.
Who's going to bring it?
So the remains are not in the cave?
We don't know. We have no way of knowing.
I mean, we've been able to stop everything that's been thrown at us so far.
I don't think I should be using as much magic. Can we still accomplish this without that?
because I'm willing
I don't know.
to take a
Maybe
step
it's
back.
not worth the risk. You're right.
I don't think you can use your powers and we still win. But at the same time, I mean, one of us is already dead, even when we were going full force. And they've only been getting stronger and more difficult to beat as time goes on. I also don't know how we beat it without you using your powers.
Well, if it's needed and I need to use my powers and it goes too far, you kill me.
That we are in agreement.
Max just kind of stays silent. He's just looking down at the fist.
You'll kill me, right? When that happens?
I don't know.
Max,
If it came down to it to stop the king, fine.
You have to live, and I might have to die, so let's just know that.
switch to
Harvester's
Harvester.
Afterlife.
What's your heaven look like? Or hell? I don't know where you went.
I don't think that's really up to me.
Oh.
I think it'd be more up of like what you want this world to have.
Well, we're not going to just cut to Harvester in heaven.
Okay, can we at least cut to Harvester's corpse? What's going on with that decaying process?
Yeah, all right. So the camera cuts and we just stare at a corpse. It's sitting there.
Sitting where?
Are we with Sophie
cooler.
now?
I just imagined it was on the couch.
I imagined he was on maybe like the dining table.
That's
When you walk
crazy.
in.
She's preserving it until she can figure out how to break Ian out of prison.
Just put some just
Because remember,
salt.
she doesn't know.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'm a free man.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to mention that Sophie wants to bring Harvester back.
We can't bring people back from the dead.
Well,
I yeah. I may or may not have done it before, and I don't plan on doing it again.
Oh my god, that's
yeah, I know.
you are so close to not being mortal. That's so bad, Ian.
How do you may or may not have like a really big thing?
I don't even remember what
Well,
you guys did with him afterwards, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's not happening again. I know that for a fact. Harvester does not want to come back. I could feel it, and I can't do that again.
Then I don't know. You got to talk to Sophie then.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, I told Sophie I'd ask about it to you guys. So
I can heal, but bringing back from the dead, I mean, maybe, but if every healing I've done is a trade-off,
yeah, I'll probably
That's a life
heal
for a
you,
life.
So
You missed it. You missed your chance. You should have said healing, bringing back people from the dead. That's monstrous.
oh, I don't think I missed my chance, Jared. somehow I think that I didn't miss that chance. Okay, what do you guys do?
We gotta go get Sophie.
we're gonna walk, or does someone have a car? My car's
What?
done.
What happened to your car?
I kind of smashed into a wall, and then kind of broke down on the ice.
Does this trailer move?
I mean, yeah. I guess we'll just drive the trailer to Sophie's house.
Is it an RV?
It's an RV.
Okay.
Does this thing still have plates?
Yes, it does. So I guess they just drive you to Sophie's.
Cool. Has Sophie even been to the RV yet?
No.
That's really funny.
Hey, sorry about the RV and your parking your driveway.
Hey, Sophie.
Can there be no music playing? It's just a very silent car ride.
Oh, yeah.
I
Dude,
like that idea.
there's no music playing. So you walk up to Sophie's entry hole.
Yeah. I imagine the door's like still on the porch, just like.
Yeah, she's not worrying about a door right now.
I guess I pick up the door and lean it on the side. I'll fix it later.
She turns around and sees that and goes, thanks, I got... Wait, Ian? Bring him back.
I can't.
I've seen you do it. I know you can do it.
I cannot do this again and come out the same person.
You were fine after the last time. You can do it again. He sacrificed himself for Max. Why can't you guys give something up for him?
I don't think he wants to come back.
You don't make that choice.
I don't make the choice. I shouldn't be making the choice of who lives and dies anyway. That should not be in my hands.
Neither should some freak monster who chose to come to this world and fucking kill people. We don't get to make these choices, but we can choose what we do with the power we have. And you have power. You've shown it. You've used it for some random guy that died in your college. Why not for my brother?
I think that if I go through with this, then what you guys have been working for will all just crumble because, I mean, there was more to the prophecy. Did Sophie know about that?
Yeah, I think you guys ended up catching her up on that.
Yeah. Just at least the part we knew.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's more to it, and I am a big piece in that. If I keep using the magic, I'll turn into a monster, which makes it easier for, quote unquote, the king to return, which may or may not be the thing you and Harvester have been hunting all this time.
I can't do this without him, Ian. I can't do it.
I think you can. I know that it's hard to lose someone, but I think he would have wanted you to keep.
What if you
him.
lost Liam?
I would have lost Liam, yeah, and I would have been upset. But bringing him back could have messed him up. It wouldn't be the same.
You're telling me that if you lost Liam, you would just accept that even knowing you have the power to do something about it?
If I brought him back, I would turn into someone he wouldn't want to be around anyway.
You know what? Just go. I'll figure something out. Just go. She picks up the door and slams it shut.
Yeah, just boom.
Well, I wish there was a way where we could have gotten out of this with nobody dying, but that's unrealistic, I guess. I want to check something. I'm gonna go grab some stuff from my van. Hopefully I can get out of there without being spotted. So, yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. What are you grabbing from your van?
The corkboard.
Yeah.
Just like
I believe you
it
still
out
have connect the dots questions.
I still have all three.
That's what I thought.
So my plan was, do I have to roll to see how well I do for stealthing?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. My plan is I want to take a map, like an aerial view of which way, and connect the dots between the mall where the scorpion was, the alley where the mushroom man was, and the cave where pretty much everything else was. And
Right.
the lake.
And the lake.
And
Okay.
see if there's any intersections at all. I guess is the beam of light that we got the weapons from connected to the previous mysteries we have investigated?
I think you'd recognize it as the same kind of I guess, yeah, you've heard about how magic works. I think you'd recognize that beam of light as kind of pure chaos. The kind of the chaos that you've been channeling, or that Ian's been channeling for magic, and that the monsters are coming from.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, one of the questions is literally when and where will the next critical events occur, but I can't just be like, where are the remains? Tell me. I can just, because I would be very close to that spot that I triangulated. Can I just go there? There's probably
Sure.
nothing there.
Yeah,
though,
you might
right?
as well.
It is the shore of the lake. It is on campus. You can go there if you want.
Okay. What time is it? I'll go there at night.
You're there at night. It is now
Sick.
night.
Okay. I imagine there's not much there visible.
Visibly, no.
Okay, how close to this is gonna be insane. I'm gonna start digging with my big hand.
Yeah, I think you're digging frantically, and you keep going deeper down into this hole you're creating, and you just get more frantic and frantic as you're searching, and yet still
Nothing there.
nothing there.
Damn. Okay.
But you've eliminated an option.
I have eliminated an option. Yeah, I guess I crawl out of the hole, fill it back in at least most of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just start wheeling away my corkboard.
You brought the cork.
I had to make sure.
Okay.
I think Max would benefit from an iPad.
I think so.
I could ask Sophie if I could borrow the non-magic books, like the monster-related books. But I feel like she doesn't want to see me right now. So, you know what? I'll give Sophie a try.
Okay. So you go to Sophie's house,
Yep.
and immediately she just goes, "What are you doing here?"
Hey, I know you don't want to see me right now, but I'm trying to figure some stuff out so we can move forward. But is there any way you can borrow like the monster books that you have, the lore books?
What do you need them for?
So part of the prophecy is that the remains of the king need to return to the cave he was defeated in, and that would be like the final trigger to bring him back after I'm dead.
So what you're asking, this is out of character, what you're asking is now when and where is the next critical event going to hit? Okay.
Sick.
Immediately her eyes get wide when you talk about the remains. And she goes, That's what it was? This all started. How much do you know about why Harvester and Ajax and I, started hunting?
Not much. I assume he lost a child because when we were in the cave together alone looking for the snakes, I heard a child's voice call out to him.
Yeah, he had a wife and a daughter, and I guess one day they found this horn in his garden, and Ajax gave it to his kid, to Ivy, and she was playing with it one day while Ajax was gone, and then some creature, Ajax described it as an angel-like thing, I guess wanted it. So it killed both of them, Ivy and Ajax's wife, and took that horn and left. I imagine if they need the king's remains, that's probably what that was.
You said a horn? Do you know what the horn looks like? Maybe I could go back to the cave, see if it's already there. Because I imagine there's going to be more than just one piece of remains.
I mean, I don't know much. He said it was a black horn from that. I mean, it was. I never saw it myself.
Instrument horn or like?
Yeah, like instrument horn, and that's why I'm bringing it up as part of the remains. No.
Okay. Look, some of these monsters were really fucking weird, okay?
Maybe this guy was in a jazz band.
You think the king is made out of tubas?
Possibly. It's a chaos dimension.
Fuck, that's not a bad point. No, it was something from a creature.
Okay. Do you know what happened to that angel thing after?
That's what we've been hunting this whole time.
Okay.
That's been what Ajax and I spent the last 3 years doing, and we know for a fact it's here.
Hey, maybe my dad knows someone who ran into it. I don't know.
If they needed to bring the horn back, that part is too late. The angel's been here since the beginning. That's the only reason that Ajax and I came to this town. We were just following it.
So maybe going to the cave to check is probably not the best idea.
If you go alone into that cave, I don't see you coming back.
Yeah. So I'll definitely go ask my dad about the angel and see what he knows. And I don't know if he knows much about the remains part, but this is a good piece of information to know.
If you figure things out, call me.
I will.
If you talk to me about anything else, I will fucking kill you.
Understandable. I'm sorry.
Just please go figure this shit out. I'm going to work here. I'll do my part.
All right. And then I walk away and start pushing my corkboard towards my dad's.
Why'd you bring the corkboard to Sophie's?
Well, I got to bring it along. I can't just leave it.
You're coping by just rolling a corkboard around like it's a dog on a leash.
Well, I'm pushing it ahead of me, so it's, not like that.
You don't drag your dog around like...
Yeah, but you don't, push your dog either.
Yeah, but it would go in front of you.
I guess.
Unless you're, an awful dog owner. And you're just, dragging your dog around.
Yeah, so, I guess it's going to take a while because, the wheels and the grass and the dirt, probably not a
Yeah,
good
so it takes
combo.
3 months. Time skip time. No, okay, so you get to Bill's.
Yep.
Ian's there.
I walk in and carry my corkboard in and hey guys, I'm back.
What if you and Bill put your corkboards next to each other?
Yeah.
And then that reveals, that was the biggest connect the dot.
That'd be crazy.
But you were to use all three of yours.
No.
Oh.
I only used 2. Wait, did I use 1? Or
2. The beam of light one and the the win and wear.
Okay. So we got 1 left. So yeah, I put my corkboard next to my dad's. I guess that shit's genetic. Anyways.
The need the cork board is genetic.
So then I'm like, yeah. So Sophie told me about the story that got Harvester into monster hunting. Apparently, Harvester's family found a horn, and this angel came and killed Harvester's family to retrieve this horn. So I think that has something to do with the king's remains.
Okay, he probably already has them then.
Well, there has to be more than just one piece of remains, right?
No, because the way they defeated him was by sending him back to his realm, to chaos.
Oh.
So it's whatever was left when he got sent back.
So he was sent back in that cave?
Yes.
How'd the horn end up in wherever the hell?
I don't know. I mean, that was hundreds of years ago.
Huh.
Maybe the hunter took it out when they cut off the horn, they walked out, and then they passed it down for generations. Maybe it just, they threw it away one day. Maybe someone else saw it and was like, this is useless, threw it away, and then it just was found by someone else. Maybe it has a magic to it. I don't know. I've never seen that horn in my life.
I feel like we should check the cave to see if the remains are there.
If we check that cave, probably going to be starting a fight.
Won't it be worth it?
Do you feel ready?
No, but we have time to prepare.
As long as you're alive, we have time.
Right.
Which means that right now, in this very moment, we are calling the shots, not the monsters. We have as much information as we can gather, and until they try to kill you, we are in control.
Exactly.
We should prepare for this fight with anything we can. So we need to figure out everything Sophie knows about this angel creature. We need to figure out what we can do to fight it. And we need to spend some time just figuring out what kind of weapons we can gather, what kind of forces we can gather. So, that being said, there is a 3-month gap, or however long you decide it to be.
Okay.
3 months is where I was going to put it. But if you decide to charge in early,
Okay.
you're more than welcome. I don't want to spend the time this time figuring out that planning, but for the next couple of sessions, a lot of it is going to be planning and gathering information using all the resources. So this isn't going to look like our typical hunt where like something happens and the monster appears.
Okay.
You have the information at hand, plus all of the information you're about to gather throughout the hunt to figure it out. Ian, you go to bed as is tradition, and you hear a voice again, the same voice that's been speaking to you this whole time. And the voice goes, "The power you had in the dream world was immense. You don't have to listen to what Bill said. You don't have to give it up. Think about how much easier it is to destroy these monsters, to bring people back. If you use this power, you could save people. That anger you're feeling is the key. It's the fuel to a fire that will burn brighter than the stars in the night sky. Give into that feeling and you will be amazing."
So you're saying I can use the magic to kill a lot of monsters. I have the power to do so?
You've been doing it so far.
Can you sit here and promise me that doing that won't corrupt me?
I promise that it will make you the best version of you, the version of you that you have always wanted to be.
The version that you want me to be? Because I don't see myself as some power-hungry person.
It's not about being power hungry. But just having enough power to save people is not being power hungry. That's noble. That's the kind of sacrifices heroes make.
I'll take a note and I'll get back to you on that.
Just don't take too much time or you may end up regretting it.
Question.
I know. Did we conclude the current mystery?
No,
I don't remember if we answered yes last time.
I think we did.
So then let's say no.
Yeah.
This is just like an interlude. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah. We got everyone out of prison except Payne, but he's not a player character.
Is
that
the death
certain death or worse?
is the
It's
death
worse.
penalty legal here?
No.
Let's look it up.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not in Wisconsin?
I don't know or care. It's
Okay.
not. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of things.
So many yes.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, both
Tons of stuff about
two.
Ian.
I didn't know Harvester had a wife. I mean, I assumed
We literally, well, okay, yeah, I guess Max did.
Max did.
So that's what, 2? So that's 1 XP.
Sick.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Every Which Way. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at eWhich My brother Keenan Dyer did our theme song, and at Bluejay the Hero on Instagram did our album art. Huge thanks to them for helping us with this project. We are starting off our new hunt in the next episode, but today we are just doing kind of a little bit of a wrap-up, a cleanup. I am sorry for the long break. It took a while to edit this episode. We ended up having to re-record a ton of lines because we had a bunch of mic issues and things like that. It was a whole pain, and I started a new job at the same time. I know I'm constantly doing new things, but we're back. We're going to try to finish up Season 1, which is the final hunt of Season 1 is happening right now. And then after that, we will be moving into Season 2. With Season 2, we will be switching to bi-weekly records, but we will also be seeing the increase of Patreon content and more.